welcome. If you guys are here, it means you clicked on a video on how to play chess. And in this video, we're going to be going over the basic stuff. This is episode 1 of how to play chess. We will be going over how each of the pieces moves, how pieces can move, and yeah, that's how we're going to start, and we're going to go from there. So if you're new, like and subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subs. We're going to run it up, man. I know we're going to hit it. So come on, man. Let's get it going. Yeah, so chess starts, is a 2-person game, or honestly, you can play 2v2 if you want. 2 people on the same team against 2 people on the same team. It really doesn't matter. But it's traditionally 1-on-1. White pieces always go first, and then black goes second. And I don't know why they made it like that. I think probably because, I'm going to be honest, the game's probably, when it was created, racism was alive and well. And it still is to this day, but hey, we're not going to get into that. But, okay, so the pawns. Let's first start with the pawns. Pawns can either go 2 squares, or they can go 1 square. So the only time they can go 2 squares is when they are on this rank. So they can either go 2 squares or they can go 1 square. But if you try to go 2 squares again, it won't let you. So that's the pawn. And here's a clever little trick for the pawns. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to do it like this. We're just going to do this. If the pawns are side by side, this is that en passant, you feel me? Where you can go like this with your pawn and take them. Let's rewind that. That's a little bit too depth. And the only time you can do it is when your pawn is on if you're white and your pawn is on the 5th rank and black pushes their pawn to the 5th rank as well, you can take diagonally. And it's the same idea for black. We'll just do it like this. Same idea for black. Black would be able to take it en passant this way. So that's en passant. I know that's a little bit high level. And I have a very funny story about that. The first time I learned about en passant, I was playing my friend, and he hit me with it, and I was like, bro, you are cheating. I literally told him dead in his face. I was like, we're not doing that shit, bro. I was like, we're not doing that bullshit. He was like, bro, search up the rules. And I was like, bro, okay, bet. I'm looking up the rules right now. And I went and looked up the rules, and turns out it's a real move. So that's a nice little clever trick you can hit your friends with who don't really know it. And if they try to do some shit like that, you can hit them with en passant. Other than that, we'll go with the king. The king's next. The king can move 1 square at a time. They can't go anywhere else. But the king can also hit something like this. I'm just fucking around right now. These aren't even really moves. The king can castle short. Okay? Or the king can castle long. And if it castles short, so it can be castled either long or short. And when it's castled long, the king goes 2 squares over, and then the rook shifts this way, like so. And if you're castling short, it goes 1, 2, and the rook over. Now, if you want a very attacking game, if you want a very intense attacking game, I suggest castling on opposite sides, especially if you're newer. Because that means there will be a checkmate. There will 110% be a checkmate unless you draw. Which is very, very likely, honestly, if you're a beginner, because there's stalemates. There's all sorts of stuff. This game is so complicated, but it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful that I love it. Now, okay, we're going to go over how the knight moves. The knight moves in an L formation. It can go here, 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 or here. So it controls 8 squares at once if it's like in the center. That's why it's nice to have a outpost for it like this. This is considered an outpost square for the knight. It's the pawn defends the knight, and it controls 8 different squares on the board. And these motherfuckers are tricky because let me show you something. Let me show you something. Look at this. Fork. You can fork pieces such as the queen and the rook. You can really fork any damn piece with this motherfucker because it's so tricky. It's so like it can go left, right, back, forth, but it's also in an L formation, so it's kind of like it got a mind of its own, damn near. So that's the knight. Hopefully that makes sense. Now we're gonna go over the bishop. The bishop, there's 2 bishops at all times. The dark square bishop and the light square bishop. The dark square bishop can only stay on the dark squares, and it moves in a diagonal formation. As you can see, this is a bad example because they're staring at each other and it can get took. But this is just for purposes. This is just for academic purposes. How they move. They just move in diagonal formations. As you see, like so. Like so. Sorry, I'm just fucking around right now. And look, now when you get to an endgame, this is a very tactical information moment for y'all. When you get to an endgame, this bishop is kind of iffy because it can only see certain squares. It can only see literally half of the board. So any piece that's on a light square and you have a dark square bishop, you won't be able to take that or see it at all because it does not have the ability to be on a light square. So that's why bishops are also pretty neat because they're one of a kind. They're one of a kind. Now we have the rook. The rook can only move side to side or up and down. It is considered to be the second most powerful piece. And the first, you already know what it is, the queens. But the rooks are the second most powerful piece that you want on the board at all times. Now you might need to make a tactical decision and get rid of your rook for, say, a bishop or a knight. Now that comes later with experience. You'll understand when to do that when you get better. But this is just the first episode, so we're just going to go over the basics. The rooks can only move in straight lines, left, right, front, and back. Keep that in mind. And now we have the most powerful piece. The queen. The queens. These motherfuckers can do everything. They can go diagonal. They can go diagonal. They can go front. They can go forward. Look, they literally can go in any direction this way. Any direction, and they can go as far as they want. And these are the motherfuckers you want on your side at all times. You do not want to sack this queen unless you have literally like the craziest attack. But as a beginner, you want to keep this motherfucker on the board. You want to keep this queen. You want to keep her precious. This is your prize. This is literally your queen. You don't want to give her up. You don't want to give her up without a fight. So, yeah. That's just how each piece moves. This is episode 1 of how to play chess. I know it's kind of makeshift. Like, I don't really know how to, really deliberately explain it. But I hope this was good enough. And let me know down in the comments what you want to go over next. What you want help with next. What other, like, what ideas of chess you want to know. Like pins, sacrifices, openings. I literally have a little short segment on another channel, not on another channel, but on another playlist called Lessons with the Kid, and I have a few videos on that. So those you can go check out, but this is just how to play chess, how to move the pieces. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. If y'all new, like and subscribe. Check out my Road to GM series, man. Because we on the road to GM. Not really, it's just a title. But I just want to get as high as I can. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Doses.